Grigor Dimitrov, aka Baby Federer, that player who was fighting for world number 1 year ago, and now he's struggling to pass first rounds at 250 ATP tournaments. Today I will be talking about Grigor Dimitrov's career so far, what he has achieved, and his controversial and strange future. Dimitrov was already showing his brutal talent in the junior tour. He won Wimbledon and the US Open in 2008, and right after that he became world number 1 for the very first time in the juniors rankings. Obviously, after the success in juniors, he decided to play in the professional tour in 2009. His first year was not easy. He did not get good results as he couldn't win any challenger or future tournament, but the talent was there. Grigor was able to take his first ATP victory against the world number 23 Thomas Berdych in Rotterdam, and in the next round he took a set from the world number 1 Rafael Nadal. He finished 2009 with 2 ATP World Tour victories and ranked number 288. 2010 started exactly the same way as 2009. Grigor was not finding his game in the Challenger Tour and he struggled to pass first rounds. The Bulgarian decided to compete in some future tournaments to gain confidence, and it was probably his best decision ever. Dimitrov won 3 consecutive future tournaments in Europe, and after returning to the Challenger Tour with confidence, he exploded. He ended up 2010 winning 3 Challenger titles in a row, 19 consecutive Challenger wins for Grigor, who finished 2010 ranked number 106. Pretty good season for a 19-year-old. 2011 was a transition year for him. He started playing ATP tournaments and he cracked in the top 100 for the very first time in his career, but it was not easy. Dimi lost many first round matches and he ended up the season with a negative record. Despite being a difficult and tough year for him, he showed the world his insane potential and talent, protagonizing some brutal performances like the one against Marcos Baghdatis, the world number 25 in Munich, and like the one against David Ferrer, the world number 6 in Cincinnati. In 2012 was better. Grigor adapted to the ATP Tour and made some good runs. He got to round 4 in Miami, beating for the very first time in his career a top 10 player. He made semifinals in Queens and in Bastad, showing he was a complete player in all the surfaces. He ended up 2012 inside the top 50 and he was still 21. A promising future was awaiting Grigor. And if 2012 was good, 2013 was absolutely brilliant. He started good, reaching his first ATP final in Brisbane, making his first Masters 1000 quarterfinals, playing an insane match against the king of clay in Monte Carlo, leaving us some shots we will never forget.
Oh, steady on! Unbelievable!
And in Madrid, Dimitrov played the match that changed his career. He beat Novak Djokovic, the world number 1, in an epic and dramatic match. What fascinated the tennis world is that Nole did not play a bad match. The young Bulgarian was just supreme. And last part of the year was great too, as he finally won his first ATP title in Stockholm, beating the world number 3, David Ferrer. And in 2014, Grigor Dimitrov started getting the results everybody expected. He started strong, making his first Grand Slam quarterfinals and winning his first ATP 500 tournament in Acapulco, beating Andy Murray in the semifinals en route to a dramatic victory over Kevin Anderson in the final. Grigor got another title in the clay season in Bucharest and reached his first Masters 1000 semifinals in Rome. Grass season was practically perfect for the talented Bulgarian. He won his first grass title in Queens and entered in the top 10 for the first time after making semifinals in Wimbledon, beating Andy Murray and losing to Novak Djokovic in an epic dramatic semifinal. Last part of the season was nothing special, but he made some decent results like semifinals in Toronto or final in Stockholm. He couldn't finish the year inside the top 10, but he reached the 8th position at some point of the year. It looked like Baby Federer was not a baby anymore. 2015 looked like the year of Grigor. Everybody, including me, thought the Bulgarian was going to irump in the top 5 and fight for the first position with the Big 4. But clearly, we were all wrong. I'm not going to make a review of this year because only saying his record was 33 wins and 22 losses is enough. He did not even reach an ATP final. A lot of early exits in Grand Slam made this year a complete disaster. 2016 didn't start much better. He was not getting his confidence back and results were really disappointing. He was getting a lot of pressure by the media and in Istanbul looked like Grigor was in the worst moment of his career. He got to the final and this happened in the final.
Well, it's really reckless. And he forfeits then. Diego Schwartzman was going to win this the traditional way Certainly, anyway, all suggestion was that he would do that. But he has it. He is the new Istanbul Open champion. Diego Schwartzman takes it.
The losing streak continued, but in the hardcore season the things started to change. He made quarterfinals in Montreal and semis in Cincinnati, and in the last part of the season he had some decent results. He finished the year ranked number 17, but he was far away from all the expectations. And now the history we all know. In 2017, Grigor had the best year of his life, overcoming his problems and making great results we all know, like semis in Australia, playing an unforgettable match against Rafael Nadal, and winning Brisbane, beating 3 top 10 players in a row. But the last part of the season was just simply perfect. He was able to win his first Master 1000 title in Cincinnati, and of course, he took the Nitro ATP Finals. After a brutal solid year, Grigor was the third best player in the world, and finally, after so many problems, it looked like Baby Federer was not Baby Federer anymore. It looked like he was ready for everything, to become number 1. But again, we were all wrong. 2018 was horrible for him. Just like in 2015, it didn't start bad, but Grigor started losing his confidence and the pressure was too much for him. He finished the year ranked 19th, and what to say about 2009? By far is being the worst year of his career. Dimitrov is now struggling to pass first rounds. A player who 1 year ago was fighting for world number 1 and now he's outside the top 50, losing to random players outside the top 400. The question is why? Why Grigor Dimitrov has fallen so much in the rankings? I don't think it's about motivation like many people say or about quality. I think he's really motivated and he wants to come back. And I also think he's not playing bad tennis. If we take a look at his matches, we always see brutal shot making and epic moments. Then what's happening? For me, Grigor has lost all his confidence, and that makes him play really bad at the important moments. As I said, overall he's playing good tennis, but in the crucial situations he just doesn't respond. It doesn't matter who is his opponent, his lack of confidence always makes his match really difficult. If we see his latest result this season, we can appreciate this. Lost to Jarry in a decisive tiebreak, lost to Taylor Fritz in 2 tiebreakers after being a breakup in both sets. Won Janko Tipsarevic, but after being 2 sets off and a break in the third, he almost lost to a player who is coming back from a serious injury and is ranked outside the top 300. Won Marin Cilic, but we all know Marin Cilic's confidence is even lower. Lost to Wawrinka in 3 tiebreaks. Wawrinka's match is a clear example of what's happening to Grigor. He plays great tennis during the match, but when the important moments come, it looks like he collapses. Every time he has to close a tight set, he just chokes and gives his opponent free opportunities. This shows he's mentally not ready for being in the first position right now. 1 year ago, we could see the determination in his game. He played aggressively under pressure and was not afraid when he had to close a match. In Wimbledon again, a match totally under control against a player whose level is clearly lower. 2 sets and a breakup, and he ended up losing against Corentin Moutet. In Atlanta played some great points, was leading a breakup in the first and second set, and he lost in a straight set to Kevin King, another player whose level is clearly lower. Just look at this clip.
Dimitrov looks as though he thinks it's out.
Yeah, he's already shaking his. He's going to shake the chair. Hand. The ball was called in. The challenge is lost. It is in. Dimitrov needs to take back the handshake. He's got more tennis to play.
This shows how low Grigor confidence is. Before knowing the Hawkeye decision, he thought he had already lost. In Los Cabos, after making some brutal shots and playing ridiculous tennis, he won Steve Johnson, another player who is not making a good season in a dramatic third-set tiebreak. For what? For then losing against Guido Pella, a player who is making a perfect season. It looks like Grigor can only win matches against players whose confidence is even lower, because when the things are not going his way, he can't overcome any adversity. Will Grigor make a comeback just as in 2016? Well, I think he will obviously come back. He just needs more matches like the one he won in Los Cabos to get his confidence fully back. When Grigor has confidence in his game and is able to handle the pressure, he's one of the most dangerous players on the tour. How he recovered his confidence in 2016? Well, just winning matches and becoming regular. Now he's in the process. He has won good matches this year, but he needs to show more regularity and to believe in himself. My personal opinion is that Grigor will be back really soon. I think he will have a good run this hardcore season and he will recover his confidence. And well, that's all for today's video. If you liked it, drop a like, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel for more commentary videos. Let me know in the comment section if you agree with me or not and why. And nothing more. See you in the next video.